Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your January 2021 forecast for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, please check out below in the link in the information box for my year 2021 personal horoscope special offer. You can get 30% off your forecast for the year plus a character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth. Gain searing insights into how your unique situation will play out in the year ahead. But in terms of your zodiac sign, Scorpio energy is very much about persistence, but you do have Uranus, the planet of surprises, in your sector of relationships. So that can continue to be this month an area which may see some restlessness, particularly as Jupiter, the planet of growth, is in your sector of home and emotion. Now, of course, Saturn, the planet of structure, is in this area too, and they're both going to come into contact in a tense 90-degree right angle with Uranus. So if you have a different approach to the kids, to your partner, or perhaps you're feeling a bit cramped in a particular location, a particular home that you're in, and it's not really giving you the space for you both to thrive as individuals, I think this may be something you're thinking about. But do you know, also what Uranus is going to be doing is giving you an opportunity to be more assertive about what you want with relationships, and particularly from the 7th, when Mars, your co-ruler, your traditional ruler, moves into your opposite sign. So if you do need to say how you feel, that's going to get much easier for you, particularly around the 18th and the 19th. In fact, someone could be quite surprised by how blunt almost that you could be about asserting your needs, particularly if you've been unhappy in a relationship, an emotional or intimate relationship for some time. But it could be around the family that you may want to push back and create a little bit more independence too. But there are huge opportunities as this new year begins for you, particularly around the way you think and communicate. Now, partly this comes from the fact that the Sun, Mercury, the planet of communication, and Pluto, your modern ruler, are all in your sector of everyday communications. But the Sun comes together with Pluto magnificently on the 13th in a new moon. So if you're passionate about something, you have a message that you want to convey, you want to apply for a job, raise your profile, invest more of your energies in technology, or perhaps anything to do with digital marketing, you really can have it all together from the 13th onwards. And if COVID has affected your form of income, working from home may be something that you strongly contemplate, or perhaps working for yourself. But it has to be said that at the start of this year, Venus is in a glorious location too when it comes to your cash flow. And she's forging a magnificent link to your traditional ruler Mars as we turn into the new year. And that suggests that you can be seeing the results of a lot of hard work, a lot of graft and application that you've put in over a long period of time can manifest itself in a delightful way as you come into this new year. It is true with Venus in a square with Neptune at the turn of the year. If there is someone that you're strongly drawn to romantically, you may want to really spoil them. But if you meet somebody new with Venus and Neptune in a square, just be conscious, although this can be a very enchanting link, it also can be one that creates misunderstandings or miscomprehensions, a bit of distortion, even if it's not meant. So if you are getting to know someone new, and internet dating would be something that could really call out to you at this time, especially from that Capricorn new moon at the 13th, then just take your time in getting to know anyone that you encounter. But Jupiter, of course, is about growth, it's about luck, and if you have thought about changing where you live, this could be very fortuitous for you, but it could also see you needing to separate yourself from an existing relationship or people around you because you want to move somewhere that sits more appropriately with you, and that could create a little bit of disturbance around those closest ties. But this is a month when, on the 8th, Mercury also moves into the sign of Aquarius, joining up with Jupiter and Saturn. And that's going to be a really excellent juncture to think about such a thing as a home-based business. Also, Venus moves on the same day into Capricorn, and that's going to give your words an extra golden appeal in the weeks to follow. But Venus may forge that beautiful link with Mars at the start of this year, but by the time Mars gets to the 18th and 19th, it's in an absolute conjunction with Uranus. And that's when you really might be very, very full frontal in expressing your point of view. You could also see you being a bit more daring around a relationship prospect. So if there is somebody who's on your radar, even if you are someone who's quite cautious, which often can be the case, you may decide to just go for it to see where it may lead. Now, on the 19th, the Sun moves into Aquarius. That's particularly early this year, and that then links with Saturn, and both are then squaring up to Uranus. So I think the home or emotional changes that you're going through can feed into close relationships which are not working for you. If you have relationships which are working, you won't find this so much of a standout energy. It's one that's more going to actually appeal to you to make some changes, and the people who really understand you will adapt if you are changing a long-standing approach to situations, particularly where you live. But on the 28th, there is a full moon in the sign of Leo, and your emotions are going to be very hard to disguise on the back of this, and it's in an opposition with the Sun in Aquarius, but both a T-square in Uranus. So finding the right balance between work, home and relationships could be something that's really taken out a lot of your thinking as this month comes to a close and in the first 2 weeks of February. Having said that, Mercury is also going into a retrograde on the 30th. So if there is something to do with conveyancing, needing to speak to someone about a property matter, you're waiting to hear from a family member that perhaps you've not spoken to for a while and it's maybe important to you, there could be a little bit of a pause or a delay. But if you are doing anything yourself around a home improvement, working from home, just be aware with Mercury retrograde that your precision and meticulousness can really help you. But I think this is a month when financially you can have a breakthrough. There is going to be changes around your emotional situation or your outlook, and also potentially where you live. But how this fits together with others is the critical issue. If your relationships are pretty harmonious, I think you'll find that those that care for you will cheer on any changes you make. If there are things that are less harmonious, maybe the combination between Uranus and Mars on the 18th and 19th can bring something to the boil which has been simmering in the background for some while. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Scorpio. Stay safe, good luck, take care, and goodbye.